Hello, our team consists of members Randy Rawlings, Robbie Donaldson, Brianna Hunt, Krista Solaviv, and Christopher Sarmiento. For our social entrepreneurship class this semester, our goal was to develop a social plan on how to help with the homelessness issue in Mesa, Arizona. The overall scheme of our project consists of a facility that is designed to improve the lives of the youth of Mesa. Specifically, we're aiming for the youth ages 19 and younger. Our facility will consist of a vast amount of volunteers for many different work experiences, such as teachers, cooks, counselors, therapists, business owners, and much more. By seeking volunteers in the community to assist, they will be able to use their experiences to aid in helping the youth. Our facility will also run as a sleeping shelter, where the youth can come to and feel safe, comforted, and welcomed. We aim to have 3 meals on a daily basis, as nutrition is vital to a healthy lifestyle. Our cooks from the community will make sure to present the necessary nutritional components every youth needs and offers options for those with restrictions. The biggest goal for our facility is to create a fun environment that the youth can hang out at. While the fun environment gives comfort to the homeless youth, our staff and volunteers can encourage and provide the youth with the drive and support they may lack outside our facility.
Social problems such as poverty and evictions, also mental and physical health problems and domestic violence can lead to the rise in homeless families, homeless mothers and children of abusive homes, and homeless people that are in need of physical and mental care.
In week 2, we all were tasked with doing a homelessness real-world case, what the causes of homelessness are in your area. So we found can be anything from weather, the poor economy, funding for causes, or an unwillingness by an individual to actually want to seek help. The impact that it has, there's a vast amount of money spent towards citations, medical calls for treatment, emergency services, for trash, contributions. Each impact affects the community in a negative way, since the city money is going towards cleaning up these issues rather than reinvesting in solving the actual problem. The critical factors, there's people that are chronically homeless. It's harder to get help for people who are unwilling to change their lifestyle. There's lack of shelters that contribute to the problem. There's a lot of unaccompanied youth, transitional youth. Many cities don't realize the amount of homeless young adults without a home in their fear of trusting the system, trusting adults, other people, when the system has repeatedly failed them. So we covered a lot of different factors that contributed to homelessness in our own cities and areas, and it was a pretty good foundation for the remainder of the project. Now, in week 3, we needed to identify our primary stakeholders in our proposed organization. We identified our primary sources to be employees, beneficiaries, partners and suppliers, government agencies, volunteers, and donors within the community, or the environment, or society. We basically took these primary stakeholders and we had to map them out and find the relationship that they have to the most efficient process in our business. Once we were able to do that, we were actually able to classify 2 separate stakeholder groups. One is essential and the other group as important. There's nice to haves and then there's need to haves, right? So we need to have volunteers, we need to have some employees, we need to have government funding, steady, legit funding that we know can be consistent. We need partners, we need a board, we need suppliers, we need to provide things, we need supplies to provide services to our beneficiaries. So those are listed as essential, while things that are just kind of nice to have is a supportive community, a sound environment, plenty of customers or the right customers, and donors that are willing to go out of their way to support our cause. In week 4, we were introduced to the business model canvas. This canvas is a basic guide, basic structure for social businesses or any startup type of business, just to kind of identify and categorize all of your key areas for your business and put it into a canvas that works, a process, right? So as you can see listed are key partners, key activities, key resources, your value propositions, what are you going to offer to your customers and to your beneficiaries, your customer relationships, the various channels that you will use to accomplish your business objectives, your customer segments, your cost structure, and of course your revenue streams. You have to be able to keep a close watch and make sure everything is done by the book.
Our research and customer discovery, we discovered that our facility needs to do a lot more than just getting the youth off of the street. Many of these young individuals come from environments of abuse and harassment. The best way to allow for them to overcome this is by establishing trust with each one of them. Drop-in centers are more effective regarding this, as it consists of less rules, not as many adults, as the youths may see them as a potential harasser, and there is a lot less paperwork. Our facility and shelter needs to adopt this environment, as it will bring more peace of mind and comfort to the youth. In regards to our lean startup process, our facility and shelter consists of an overall scope and potential scale. With constant iteration and revision, many various parts of the organization will be in varying stages of the lean startup process. Our key stage 1 consists of getting the foundation set. This entails securing the best location in the area for the youth to come to. Once this location is confirmed, we will need to obtain basic facility service equipment and recruit our initial volunteers. The basic facility service equipment ranges from furniture, couches, chairs and tables, to televisions, desks, beds, and kitchen supplies. The next key stage consists of obtaining and recruiting the services we want to offer to the youth. We will also need to offer fun and recreational services, such as sports activities, entertainment, and gaming. With these recruited and hopeful volunteers, we need to make sure we train them to develop the fun and cool atmosphere and not be seen as those potential adults who the youth may be afraid of. When these services are conducted, surveys by asking the youth questions and creating feedback sessions will allow us to determine if we are serving their best interests. Our final key stage consists of the revision that we may encounter from either our beneficiary or stakeholder feedback. The best way of doing this is to constantly ask ourselves, are the programs benefiting the beneficiaries? And how can we benefit the youth even more and make an impact? We want to make sure we can encourage and provide the youth with drive and support. We also want to make sure that they are making positive choices for now and their futures. This will allow them to potentially break the cycle of abuse and homelessness and prepare them for adulthood.
The funding for our venture would come from government agencies such as the Arizona Department of Housing and the Arizona Department of Economic Security. Also, grants could help fund the project. Funding also can come from real estate loans and private social investors.
In week 7, we explored how to measure social impact. The key areas that we identified are providing homeless youth with food and meal services, to provide 2 to 3 nutritional meals a day to youth, including mobile food services, staffing, kitchen volunteers, and working with local farms, grocery chains, and food banks for food and beverage donations to our facility. There would be healthcare and medical aid services. We would also provide counseling services. We will also have addiction treatment and therapy programs that feature chemical dependency treatment options after evaluation, and possibly a detox ward when troubled youth have nowhere else to go to get clean. There will be education programs that can assist teenage homeless youth with GED or high school equivalent education diplomas. We would like to offer internship and scholarship opportunities through partnerships with local colleges and businesses for employment, as well as having tutoring and mentorship programs available, possibly gaining support from local high school students who want to volunteer their time. How can we measure these key aspects? There are many ways, such as performing quality audits on revenue streams and program management, creating program initiative committees to consistently discuss changes and results, performing risk assessment for program launches and CAPA rollouts, and finally, performing internal audits on various components of our business to ensure compliance with building codes, health codes, staffing credentials and licensing, social business standards compliance, financial transparency, stakeholder briefing, beneficiary feedback and surveys, and traffic measurement. We must constantly iterate our model and ask the question, is this program or decision in the best interest of those we are directly intending to serve? If the answer is yes, then we are well on the way to successfully measuring our social impact.